Okay, sorry about that. OBS just crashed on me. I don't know why. I was just trying to move my flipping avatar up the top, and then it just crashed. Okay. I guess it's gonna be another quiet day again. Yeah, I'm not talking about timber, I'm talking about, chatters. Probably. How much popcorn is Rose making? Oh, flipping out! He's doing it for the whole family, so he's probably gonna be a while. Oh, typical Rocky. I've already drank. Jesus Christ.
My own penis scares me sometimes.
Okay, Rose, what the fuck? Alright, get on with it.
Well, how about bring the screen machine back?
Oh shit! Oh yeah, I forgot. The damn thing busted.
What do you call him, busted, Buster? Well, now, I ain't really an eyewitness. More of an ear witness, I guess.
She's not exactly the most confident, aspiring choice to help you and make your case, is she? Oh, flipping now. What is up with my computer lately? You know when you got like two tabs on the same thing? Like, I don't know, your browser, for example. I like when I click it, it don't work. I have to click the damn icon twice. Freaking Windows. Alright. I like to think I choose my allies a little more carefully. Carefully than you, Mr. Edgeworth. Then you should question them more thoroughly, because there's something she hasn't told you. Take a look at this. It's a photo taken by Miss Hart. Yes, in the courtroom, correct? What of it? According to your theory, the murder occurred up to on the roof. But according to Miss Hart's testimony, she happened to witness the entire incident unfold in the storeroom. Just before she took this picture.
Wait, this ain't got it.
Wrong. That's exactly what I'm saying.
What?
What?
There's no other dogs.
Miss Hart, if I may confirm your account of the events you witnessed that night, you saw the person in the picture, correct?
I sure did, clear as day, and with my own two eyes to boot. Typical Hart, leaving out details.
Yeah, that's Hart for you. And what were your impressions at that point?
My impressions? This right here is a scoop of the century, something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was hoping more of your impressions of the person in question.
Oh, that there's the walking meal ticket?
Seriously?
This is my little joke. Nobody look at me like I done sat on your lunch. Old red raincoat, right? Well, I took one look and I thought, that's all perp right there.
And therein lies the rub. For Miss Hart to have thought such a... Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when will you learn to use your words? If it's an explanation to the facts that you require, you need only ask, you know. What do you mean? You see, I'm gonna make more bullshit for... I assume you're about to raise the issue of the voices Miss Hart heard? Voices that may be unrelated. Unrelated? You can do better than that. What was one of the voices Miss Hart heard Was the one of the voices Miss Hart heard really even Miss Ringer's?
You're kidding me, right? Them folks was talking crime-related turkey, or my name ain't Lotta Danghart.
But did you hear them clearly?
Well, can't rightly say for sure, but I can't rightly say nothing, and you know it. They was using voice changers. I done tell y'all that.
Okay, good. This is the live stream. Yeah, I am sorry, Zephyr. OBS crashed on me. We was waiting for Rose had to go and make popcorn, so we just waited, and I had to, and I put music up and accidentally moved my avatar down, so it was like went off. So I moved it back up, and it crashed. So I had to, yeah. Unlike Twitch, where it's just one place, no, YouTube just has to create a whole new freaking video bit. Ridiculous. Precisely. Miss Hart heard voices, but those voices were disguised. Which means we cannot even be certain that whatever she did over here had anything to do with the murder. You don't need to yell objection in order to sigh at me, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems I overestimated you, Judge Gavelle.
Nonsense! Verity's the best of us, my boy! The very best!
And yet she believes that what Miss Hart heard might not have had anything to do with the murder? Even supposing that that's the case, it doesn't prove the murder didn't happen in the storeroom. The incident happened before the victim was able to go up on the roof. That much we can say for certain. And I can tell you why. This proves that the incident happened before the victim went up onto the roof. That would be...
the bloody hands.
No, Rose.
Yes, the murder happened before the roof because of the bloody hands. Like the fuck?
I was trying to test you. We initially thought the person in the red raincoat was the culprit. Yes, but because Miss Hart said as much. Indeed, she told us that about the blood she saw on this person's hand, and I doubt many people would have thought differently given her testimony. No kidding. If this person is the killer, then the blood we see would be from when they attacked the victim. But knowing what we know now, that this person is in fact the victim, it recontextualizes everything. Never in my life am I going to say that line. I'm not.
Recontextualizes?
Yeah, I don't think I will ever yet say that line. I'd probably say in another word. I'm not a guy with big words. The presence of the blood still shows that the picture was taken after the attack. But now, it tells us something very important about the victim too.
Survived the attack?
I just got a fucking random ass Discord message. I mean, Steam message. Survived the attack, yep. There's no doubt in my mind that the victim was attacked in the storeroom. But here we have a photographic evidence of her standing upright and alive, albeit with a bloody hand. This can only mean that Miss Ringer survived the attack. The blood on her hand is from the wounds she had sustained. Are we about to create the Joker?
What are you talking about? Who dies from a hand wound?
We're not going to recreate the Joker. We're recreating it. Wait, no. Oh no! Wait, no. Georgie had a yellow raincoat, didn't he? Never mind. Oh,
Red Riding Hood.
I was thinking of the red balloon, and I'll somehow turn into a coat. I can't do this anymore, right? You like balloon? What are you? Yeah, okay. The wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. Winner. I imagine she had used her hand to try and stanch a wound. That's right. Well, it's impossible to tell from this angle. The victim was already mortally wounded here.
Oh ho ho! Well, that certainly would change things, wouldn't it?
Very much would. Not least by making it absurd to suggest that Kay was the attacker. Oh, fucking hell, stop it. Her encounter with the victim happened after this. This picture had been taken. After the victim had already been attacked and was in critical condition. I put it to you that all Kay witnessed was the victim finally succumbing to her wounds. That would have been quite the coincidence. It's a textbook case of wrong place, wrong time, I'd say. You seem to be forgetting a rather important fact, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, that's all pretending not to remember it.
What? What fact am I forgetting?
I think it's time to wrap things up, don't you, Verity? Put the boy out of his misery.
Jesus.
Dad, Gavel works for me. Why do you keep giving her orders? That's my job.
You really are a total and utter embarrassment.
Oh.
And I'm not.
I hate to break it to you, but you both are.
Go to it, Gavel. Put Edward
Out of his misery. As you wish.
Also, nice of a prosecutor to admit that he owns a judge.
It's just the whole freaking. I don't know anymore. Miss Ringer's body was found with 3 wounds in her chest. I'm guessing a freaking attorney's gonna have also owns the prosecutor and the judge. And we all know what those wounds are from, don't we? That's right. They're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabra. I doubt anybody could survive such grave wounds. You care to read the coroner's report? I'm sure you would change your tune.
Nicely done, Gavel. Now Edward will have to
Make several objections? Yes, I'm afraid I will.
What? Why? Weren't you listening?
Oh, I was listening. Very carefully, in fact. Hence my objections.
Come on, why do you always have to undermine me?
Because it's my game, bitch. Do you see in the title? That's never my intention, I assure you. Screw the money, I have rules. Wait, let me try that again. That's never my intention, I assure you.
It isn't?
Because you do it so well to yourself every single time already.
Well, of course it isn't. Yeah, I knew that. Because I'm...
Please, useless. I mean, just stop. For goodness sake. You've already embarrassed me enough.
Huh? What do you mean, Dad?
Well, I guess we can't understand where his traits come from.
Oh, do we weep for his mother?
That's right. They're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a Freya.
Candelabra.
But
What's
the
wait?
Wait,
The
so she
coroner's
was
report?
stabbed. Wait, she was stabbed.
No holes in the coat.
Yeah, there's no holes in the coat. Chairman Winner, you know what this is, of course.
The red raincoat? That's right, isn't it, Verity?
Yes, sir, the one Miss Ringer was wearing. I forgot to shut my door.
Nice place, motherfucker.
Just comes nosying in. Yes, sir, the one Miss Ringer was wearing. I'll warn you, Mr. Edgeworth, you will not be faint for retreading on old ground here. Well, I'm afraid I might have to, regardless. Now then, if you assume... Oh my god, now if you answer me this, Judge Gavelle. You told us that the victim's bloodstains were found on the coat. But do you remember where exactly they were found? Of course, they were found on the hood and... Oh no.
What's the matter, Verity?
The hood and... Was blood found anywhere else on the raincoat? No, it was not. Doesn't that strike you as odd? The victim died of stab wounds to the chest. Wouldn't that lead to one... wouldn't that lead one to expect to find blood stains on that area? My god. And yet, there was blood only on the hood. That's a glaring contradiction if I ever saw one. The head wound to the victim suffered wasn't just some incidental... Wait, what? Incidental... Okay. Oh, incidental injury. It was inflicted before the stab wounds to her chest. Perhaps you are correct. Perhaps the victim did sustain the head injury first. As you said, if she had been stabbed first, there should be blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, Miss Ringer cannot have been stabbed before the head injury had been inflicted on her. But even if we concede this point, that the head injury came before the chest wound, what difference would it make? How does it change our understanding of the case? I'd say it changes things a great deal. In fact, it raises an even more fundamental contradiction. That is quite the bold claim, Mr. Edgeworth. I have to admit, you have me intrigued. Perhaps you could show us this fundamental contradiction with some evidence. Which piece of evidence best demonstrates the contradiction in order of the injuries revealed? Well, Connor's findings, maybe. Yeah.
Take that!
This is Dr. Hurt's preliminary,
yeah.
Okay, findings. According to which, the victim suffered a head injury post-mortem. But the order suggested by the bloodstains on the raincoat is... Exactly the opposite, yes. Bailiff, this court hereby... What the fuck?
Subpoena.
Subpoena? Okay.
Yeah,
Subpoena...
it's a court summons.
Okay. Dr. Hilda, oh god. Hilda Hurts to the committee's chamber with all due haste. Until she testifies, this case cannot be brought to a close. Well, I don't know why my eyes were fucking me over the time. Yes, Your Honor, I go fetch her at once. Where the fuck? Wait, oh yeah, I forgot.
Serious looking judge. I see we know who wore what mask. I forgot all these guys was here.
Yeah, legit, I forgot they were here. Unfortunately, Dr. Hertz is a very busy woman. I doubt she'll be able to come immediately. In the meantime, there's another important angle I would like to explore. Frankly, something has been bothering me about the person at the heart of this case. The so-called ringleader. Who exactly are they?
Yeah, good point. We never looked into that, huh?
Despite having been mentioned repeatedly in this hearing, we still don't know even the most basic facts that might help us uncover their identity. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
Ask Interpol.
Interpol? Who the hell are they, Rose? Oh.
Well, ask Francesca.
The answer to all things? Sorry, Rose, we can't be doing that. Come on, Rose, you silly goose. We have to drag it along. Just like how we have to drag on Last of Us Season 2. In other words, Season 3.
But
no, Rose,
Vani.
I'm sorry, Rose.
But I'm gonna be a dad.
No, sorry, Rose. Enjoy Season 2 of Lesbians. Where
I'm going to be a dad.
Where Ellie shoves her infected, crusty, dirty fingers into a plug socket.
And be a dad.
Well, she did tell Jesse to suck her dick. So I'm guessing Ellie's a boy after all this time. We see nothing that might serve as clear evidence of the auctioneer's identity as of yet. But there is someone involved with the case that I can name. I suspect that at the very least they might be able to point us in the right direction.
And that's...
Chairman Winner, I demand that you testify as to what you know.
What? Are you crazy? Why would you accuse my dad?
You were cast out on the integrity of the chairman of the committee. Do you understand the implications of such an act? I don't care who or what he is. We're talking about the truth here. And about a man who seems dead set on framing K at all costs. The mask, corsage, ticket stub, and everything else. The items Kay was carrying when she was found. They were deliberately placed in her possession, somehow, by Chairman Winner himself. A shocking accusation, and one I find hard to believe. But for the sake of completeness, I must ask, why would he do such a thing? To cast suspicion on Kay, of course. Why else? I even managed to get him to say something to that effect. Chairman Winner, your rebuttal, please. Flame.
Yeah, flame.
the flames of disaster. I think the good chairman might be. Why do they have to use that as a Sonic 06 reference? And then it had to become a meme? I think the good chairman might be in shock.
I had a giggle on a freaking commercial one time. because whoever did the commercial for the movies plus the TV show needs to be paid double, because they had to say Sonic, the 3 Sonic movies and Knuckles. I worded it exactly like. I started busting laughing when he said it like that. And Knuckles.
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles. So what if I did? Did you hear me, dear boy? I said, so what if I did?
This guy, man, I swear.
You say you got me to admit as much, but where's your proof, hmm? no witnesses to speak of, your word alone is hardly enough to make an accusation like that stick. There's cameras in the prison.
The boss means business this time.
Miles, my boy. Oh, do you mean to tell us that you have something more to base your outbursts on?
He still has the arrogance that he showed back at the detention center in yet a Knuckles featuring Dante from Devil May Cry series. Knuckles just goes for a whole series of bullshit. Phoenix Wright and Knuckles. Jack and Daxter and Knuckles. Ratchet and Clank and Knuckles.
Mega Destruction, Dark Oracle, Darkness and Destruction. And Knuckles.
I like how that was it was just a name for Sonic and Knuckles for Sonic Freeze continuing. And now everyone's just like, but that wasn't the meme. It's when you have Sonic Free and Knuckles there, and everyone just memed the shit out of it. Wow, I think that was not during the Genesis days, obviously. I think it was like when the internet just became a thing. Genesis? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to have to ask you to explain yourself. If that's alright, Mr. Chairman.
Not at all. I'll be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to learn where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal. Because you'll never find a more fine and upstanding citizen than myself. He has a lot of nerve.
Where did that come from? Where's that from?
I don't know.
A lot of nerve. He has a lot of nerve acting all innocent like that. Very well, let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hollow trial chamber is a point of suspicion. A location that should, by rights, only be accessible to the member of the committee.
Yeah, they all have key cards to the room after all.
Furthermore, these auctions seem to be held on somewhat regular basis. And for that to be possible,
there can be only one winning explanation.
That's right, Mr. Winner. That the auctioneer is a member of the committee.
No!
What on earth was wrong now?
What do I do, Dad? I played right into his hands.
You impossible boy.
You did indeed, you utter nitwit.
How can you just say that with a smile?
But Miles, my boy, do you realize that you've cast quite the wide net with your explanation?
That's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10, given Miss Ringer's unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total.
Yeah, we're wasting time putting me on trial.
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
And I can't be the chairman, can I? Here it is, speak up, right now. Calm down. Calm down, all of you, please. Well, Miles, is that all the proof you've got against me? You're very quiet all of a sudden. But it's too late to back out now. You accuse former chief prosecutor and current committee chairman of a crime.
I love this accent. most unorthodox.
Uh-oh. Oh, I would tell you to prepare for the worst. But there's no preparing for what you're about to face. Also, raid. No notification for a raid.
A raid?
Yeah, apparently, according to Twitch. Vexy Spire, what's up?
Wait. Oh no. Oh my god, Botrix, you failed me again.
Coolified Gaming.
Anyway, thank you, Vex, for the thank you for the raid. I am so sorry. I do not know why Botrix is just failing me today. It's driving me up the flipping wall. Thank
Draconic
you,
Penguin.
Oh my goodness. Right, give me a sec.
Forward goal, mate.
Wait, what, Rose?
Well, you met your following goal. What's up?
Huzzah! We finally did it! My phone went off.
But yes, welcome Raiders, welcome everybody. We're in the middle of playing Phoenix Wright, as you can see. Well,
No,
about
Phoenix
experts
Wright?
and investigations. Yes, it's Phoenix Wright. Shush.
Where is
But British.
Phoenix? He turned into a British man.
You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now. Where's the murder? Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some of the things I hardly even remember.
Right, hold on. Let me just do a test. Oh, I know why.
Tell me why.
Oh, I thought it's meant to be a separate thing.
I see, so it ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Damn it! I set all this up.
It ain't
ready and
nothing but a
waiting.
mistake.
I set this up already and waiting, and this is what it's meant to be. There we go. That was what it's meant to do. God damn it. All right. Well, that's set now. All right. There we go.
Quick, everyone, go away, come back.
All right. Did you read this bit? Okay, bye. No. Right.
Yeah, I did read this though. But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it, so rejoice.
He needs to find better goggles.
No, actually, they're working pretty well for to chop all the liquid in there. I'm more surprised he hasn't died of dehydration for crying so much. And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit.
How can I when that was barely a testimony to begin with? That man, he's a very powerful person, isn't he? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Please just let it go.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
I did it. I'm the murderer. Wow, she's acting like Maya right now. I'm the
She's
murderer.
worse than Goofy. Murder, murder. I did you. I did murder. Because David Stolpenton.
Oh, shut up, Goofy. You saw a flash of something you half remembered, Kay. Nothing more. If you must believe in something, believe me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. But
I don't believe in you.
That's That's it. Case closed. I'm out. Bye. I'm up against the head of the committee here. This isn't going to be easy. But he seems to think. Who did that?
Coolified gaming.
No. But he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I could use that against him.
But
I really do want to get lighting so that way I can start using my model a bit more better. You need to start another stream just so we can raid him again.
No, I was joking. I was joking, alright? Leave Vexix alone.
Okay. Really? Alright, let's press on that. Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Okay? What?
That stupid anime joke. People die when they are killed.
Kay is suffering
Just because he said the truth. Just because he didn't lie doesn't mean he said the truth.
Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt.
Objection.
Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright. I tell you what, why don't we ask her one last time? I'm sure she'll say she did it again.
Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit. Huh? You mean me? Is this really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I only request that I be the one to question her.
You really know how to tuck an old man's heartstrings, you know? But fine, ask away, on one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it.
Vibes to the music.
Yeah, everyone's head bobbing in the crowd. We'll call the proceedings to an end, then and there. Agreed?
Call the proceedings to an end? You mean the hearing?
Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you aren't a complete muddlehead after all. Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt, she is officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan, if I do say so myself.
I swear, when he was about to say guilty, the game had to load. I swear, it just stopped
Guilty.
for a moment.
Yeah, it was loaded in that kid.
And especially the freaking.
it was loaded in the kid and his dog. He's guilty.
Oh, not the kid!
He's
Leave
guilty!
me alone.
Guilty!
Right, we are never doing justice ever again. Camera pans out the universe. Guilty! That's it. That's it? You just declared her guilty just like that?
That's the gist of it.
It's a big risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if we don't do something. Okay? Yes? I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else what happened on the day of the murder? Fanny, how many marshmallows do you think you can fit in your muzzle at once?
When's the last time you played Chubby Bunny?
It depends on the size of the marshmallows. Are they small? Are they big? Medium?
Whoa!
If they're small, big ones, oh god, 12, maybe? One of the sizes of a third of a stick of butter. Oh god. Okay.
Oh, that's not that big.
All right, 10 then. So 12. That's how many. Anything that might help us prove your innocence. Anything to prove your innocence. But why are you still finding it, Mr. Edgeworth? There's no use. Silver just smashes into one of the windows. Did someone call me? No, I can't be of help to you.
No, he's busy
I'm
at
sorry.
the Comic-Con near my town.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. What if I remember something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The K you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. A criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust. Don't worry, Kay.
No.
You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not known you for very long, but I know you well enough. And right now, I say I know you better than you know yourself. You would never commit a murder. You could never, because this is who you really are. The
freaking half.
The what? Oh, the
half
half of the bar.
If you
Holy
put
god!
the bar.
Why is it that much?
You can't fuck this up.
This is the most easiest question. You played the first, I hope, and you played the second. No, I hope you didn't skip any of this.
What is this woman anyway?
Shion!
Who?
You're the great Phoebe suit. A noble outlaw who would never stoop so low as to kill. We have so much in common. Oh, do we? Oh, thank you.
I mean, a lot of people do connect after shoving so many marshmallows up their mouth.
I mean, that's the most secret way to connect with people, to shove so much marshmallows in your mouth. And even Einstein, the prophecy and everything has no idea. I can't do it, I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it. No, the only evidence of your guilt is the confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? No, it's not that.
Clearly.
You're trying so hard to help me. And you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop, I'm begging you. So that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate is because of me, isn't it? Which is exactly what the K I know would have done. You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Because despite all your wishes to the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I'm merely being servicing my own ego, regardless of what I put you through. God damn it, Edgeworth, can you just say, yeah, I am?
Look, he's an edgelord, all right?
All right, yeah, he's still in his Shudder the Hedgehog phase.
So edgy, It's all about feeding my own ego.
Can someone mod Shudder the Hedgehog? We just have Edgeworth. You're running around with guns.
I'll prove your innocence, Maria.
Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder? You need to question it with all you have. And that's all I ask. So please, do it for me. Oh, Jesus. Hey! What's wrong? Did you remember something? I was just servicing my own my ego there by helping you. Sounds like the most ass answer that adult could give.
No. What do you mean,
Yeah, that's how Rose says he cares about me. I was just servicing my own ego. All right, Rose.
Gotta get those edge points in when I can.
And he comes in with a hammer. You better say the right words.
Oh, it'd be like some cliche movie plot if she did.
A cow? What? A cat?
So you saw Gavel.
A cow?
Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details. Well, okay. What can you tell us about this cow? I remember now. The person in the red raincoat. She had it in her hand. Ah! Cow! a stuffed cow. I can see it so clearly now. Are you sure, Mr. Friday? Are you absolutely certain? Yes, I'm sure. Then this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statement as a new testimony.
Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like this.
With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and her possessions is new and highly relevant evidence.
Need I remind you of that addled state of her memory? No, this simply won't do. Then her confession doesn't count, asshole.
Adelaide? But if we claim her memory is unreliable now, then our own argument is weakened, sir. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect's confession, we need not worry ourselves over the finer details. Did you not? Wow, it seems to call it out as bullshit. Well, we need to call the validity of memories into question. Then we must also call in questions the confession on which our entire argument is based. Is that really the most advisable course of action?
Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit, then.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth. Is there really skin on your tooth?
I mean, if you count the your lips.
Oh yeah, I suppose. The only thanks to Judge Gavel's intervention. It's almost as if she was on our side for a second. I think that's what plague is. Plaque, sorry. Alright. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal. I believe the question... I was literally going to go... I believe the question in cow... I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom, and I believe it is yet another auction lot. Wait, that's...
Do you know something, Gavel?
No, It's just not what I imagined. I suppose it is a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. I should look it over carefully. Okay, let's see what we got here then.
What?
The left horn is missing. This hole looks like that's where the horn is would have gone. But that doesn't look like a stuffing in. Doesn't look like. Oh my god! But that doesn't look like there's stuffing in there. So what is it? Let's take a look at the rest of this toy and see what else we can find. Can we take this one off? Don't want to look like a cow anymore. The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of this stuffed toy. Look at Mr. Edgeworth, it moves. It does. It sounds like sand being crushed. It would seem there's a recording device hidden inside. Okay, I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself? I'd waited so long for this day. Now I'll finally have my revenge. Ah! Could this be the moment of the murder? And someone made a recording of it? They love having their toys being recorded, huh?
Hey, that's them right there. Them's the voices I heard. Sure as eggs is eggs.
Sure as eggs is eggs.
Yep, eggs is in fact eggs. That's quite sure.
Rose, if you start talking like this, I swear.
Sure as darkness within darkness.
Sure as popcorn is in popcorn. Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder, if only there was some accompanying video footage.
You got bugs in your ear or something, lady? I done told you, that's the voices I heard. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be from when she got.
Yes, it is a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more, something credible. We need... Yet again, she seems to be stepping in help. Judge Cavell, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider that for the moment, the words we heard, one of the speakers says, I know it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. I believe we have something that could explain what these words are referring to and how it's all related. Which piece of evidence proves that the voices are from when the murder occurred? Wait. Hold on, this one again, because the burn mark on the hand. The coroner's preliminary findings. How did they prove anything? Indeed, what on this page shows that the voices must have been from the time of the murder. Right.
Prominent burn mark on the back of the victim's hand. Last line.
Yeah, burn mark.
Take that!
Think again on the words we heard. This part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from me. The victim had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand.
And what of it?
Oh, who carries a lighter right now? Where did she get that burn mark? Hey, Rose.
She was a heavy smoker.
She couldn't find an ashtray, so she used her fucking hand as an ashtray.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's a cold-hearted
What is she, a T1000? According to case testimony, the victim was carrying the stuffed koi, oh my god.
The stuffed koi
cow toy. And a burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim, was mentioned on the recording it captured.
Huh, that's just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right?
I'm not so sure that it does, especially not in this case. The court accepts that the recording may be from the time of the murder, in which case one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. And based on the content of the conversation, It seems likely that it's the one we hear the most.
But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female.
Oh, due to the voice changes, correct. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those of Miss Ringer and her killer.
Just like I done told you they was.
We could say something else now, though, too. Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
Do as you wish.
Do as you wish, please. I'm done. According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber to the on the elevator. The ringleader and one of the auction attendees. It seems this was the point at which money exchanged hands. The murder happened immediately afterward, and the auction carried on after that. All of which points to one key fact. What else does this latest revelation tell us? Well,
the ringleader was the killer.
Yeah, the ringleader was the killer. Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim.
Hey, Gavel.
Not right now, Eustace. That's a good boy. Is she a babysitter? No, she can't be the judge. She's a babysitter right now for this fucking young little boy.
First time, Shane.
Well, for crying out loud, I have not been reduced for a babysitter. Oh dear. And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer. A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive. I'm fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest that the ringleader was the killer. Then please hurry up and show us. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? Well, that would be...
The mask?
Wait, hold on. Ah, there. The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought that the murder had happened in this chamber, but it was simply a ruse, designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom. In order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have had no reason to cover up that blood. Which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were the one and the same. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone that would like to name? The auction is always held in this committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee.
Yes. And you suspected me, correct?
As the committee's most powerful member, that should hardly be a surprise, right?
Objection.
Fine. You're a fine prosecutor. That much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you're also hopelessly naive. There goes some more evidence.
Burning more.
You've got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you've got something to share after all.
Do I have any evidence to show that the chairman winner is the murderer? Not really. No, I don't really think I do. It was Chairman Winner himself who brought up the fact that I suspected him. And he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable. Which means he knows. He knows I have nothing.
Oh, ho, ho. Well, Miles, my boy, time to pay the piper. Ah, I've always wanted to say that. Verity, he's all yours. Wait, wait, dang it, I just remembered something.
Huh? Do you have amnesia too?
Nah, it just came to me. Flash of inspiration, you know how it is.
Very well, say your piece.
Objection.
What are you doing, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last lick of hope has been extinguished. So extinguish we must. At least he tried to drag us through his excruciating process again in the future.
Yeah, what she said. I don't quite get it, but it sounded pretty cool. Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Cavell bring this to a finish. We'll show them how wrong they are.
Finish.
Fine. Let's hear what the witness has to say.
You heard the chairman, Miss Hart. If you would be so kind.
Well, all right then. There goes nothing.
The facts, Miss Hart, and nothing but the facts, please.
Don't you worry your pretty little head on that front. I'm a journalist. Truth's my middle name.
Calling me officially worried.
So the ringleader's a killer, right? Which makes the victim one of them auction goers. Thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down that hatch, see? Then the murder happened, then the auction started back up again. Now that had me look back downstairs right after that.
No.
And when you know it, it was 11 little duckies all lined up in a row again.
Ow! And you're sure of this, Miss Hart?
Sure can be, your gavel ship. Saw 'em with my own two peepers.
So, 11 before the murder, and 11 again right after means... Wait, that's a thingy.
A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up.
Miss Hart, did nothing really change at all?
I done told you already. They carry right on again like nothing ever happened. Or, except for, that wasn't nothing much, but
What is it?
that little old mallet doodad. Can't have an action yourself. Can't have yourself an auction with that one. Kind of like the one Mizzy over there's got, but different.
The auctioneer's hammer?
That's the bunny.
Ah! It's the judge! I know, told you, Rose.
Did you really think you forgot about me, boy?
Oh, God.
I done heard that thing banging and clanging right the way through. Then nothing, just like that.
So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through. Could it have something to do with the murder? He's still alive. come back to pay off that gambling debt he did on Cloud in the Coliseum. If what Miss Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely, that the victim is neither the auctioneer nor one of the attendees. Your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Edgeworth. No!
Chug up one for justice. Ain't that Edgeworth?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, there really was nothing we could do. No, there must be something we're overlooking. Something we still don't have an explanation for. I just need to think. If I can't, Kay is.
All right, kids. Do we finally have all our answers now? If so, then I expect you to make good on.
Oh, what? One moment, sir. I'll worry that it might still be a little easily to pass judgment. After all, we have one matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth. Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. Aloud, hold it, perhaps. Oh, yes, of course. And once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of defeat.
Very well. Let's get this over with, shall we? What is this one matter that still remains?
Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir.
That's...
I'm back with the witness, Your Honor. What's this all about? Why'd you call us back down here? Is Gavel now turning onto the good side? I think so. I think she's seeing the bullshit that's going on. Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I have the compressed ready and I'm compressed ready and 2 shakes of a ouch. This baby good. Did someone else drop dead? Well, they might soon wish they had. Dr. Hertz, Miss Needler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you, this won't take long. Quit trying to bind me up and cut to the chase, will ya? Of course, we summoned you here to confirm something. What is Judge Gavel up to? Dr. Hertz, this court asks that you provide the unabridged truth regarding to the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy? Grandma doesn't make mistakes ever.
She's
That's
old.
strange. Rose, how could you say such horrible things? She's only friggin' 60! Hey, Rose, that's 60.
Mm-hmm.
You thought she was 90.
That's still old.
But Rose, why does she look like that in 60? You would think she still has a bit. You think she would just have a few wrinkles.
Stress, I suppose.
Shit. I mean, she is the head of a hospital, so yeah, it's probably that. Huh? What do you mean? In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings? Well, that's awful. How can you ever even say that? What are you asking me for? Why would I want to do that? To help the true culprit, of course. As if I know anything about all that. I just know I didn't do anything. I didn't do oh my god, didn't do anything of the sort. Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanations could there be for a discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter? It's not like you to be it's not like you to be coy, I must say. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? Still don't know what she's trying to do, but I happily take what I can get. And if everything was recorded accurately and then handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol, then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes.
Wait. For the record, I didn't do anything to the report.
I guess we'll see, won't we? Dr. Hertz, perhaps you could explain with your side of the story. I like how you're giving the young girl the old woman voice. Yo, fuck it, I'm not just... Well, why do you need to do... Why do we even need to? This is pointless. I'll be the judge of what's pointless. Thank you very much. I have patients waiting back at the hospital.
And you have one right here.
Grandma, ouch! We don't really have time for this. Wouldn't you please help us? I can't stress how important this is. Grandma, she says she'll testify. But could you please make it quick? If we're not going back soon, people will suffer. And yet you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you. And we'll let you sit. We'll let you go as soon as we can. I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is. Look at how I like how it's just both of them on that. No way, there's a mistake in Grandma's report. Not never. I've been down with a dead long and you've been alive, Sonny Jim. Me writing something wrong is about likely as ouch. Now what the heck do you think you'll stand to go again, a doctor in a file, Don't make it lick your sense.
But you're a doctor.
But that's all she has to say. Nothing funky here.
See? It's just as I thought. There's no chance the good doctor doctored her findings. Say that 10 times fast.
Wow, the boss is really a jokester this time. And you swear by the by the holy goddess that this is testimony is true? Of course, Grandma's never told a lie in her. Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needler. Your grandma is the subject of this inquiry, not you. Not necessary? That's not fair. I'm the only ally poor Grandma has. Go ahead and shout objection left and right, but you'll be best prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Oh, I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report.
Big old forehead, have one.
Why does it look like she has no jaw? Okay, right, let's see. Wow, I want to fucking...
Holy, what's the point of this? Ouch.
The victim appears to have put this raincoat on after sustaining a head injury. And yet there was not a single drop of her blood in the chest area in the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pre-mortem. Well, the past, the future, they are everything. They are everything. What the hell? That's... Ouch! I didn't need you to teach me how to suck eggs, young man. My dang report already says that what you just said, don't it? Objection! Your report states that the head injury appears to have sustained post-mortem, which is exactly the opposite of what I just said. Oh. Sure. I diligently dedicated that report to Florence here, and she wrote it all down just like I said it. If something happens to that after that, won't nothing to do with me. You dictated it? If you could please tell me more. Okay, right. Well... Yeah, okay. That's a lie. Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at the report for yourself. Oh, I read it too. Youch! This ain't what I said. This ain't what I said at all. What? What do you mean exactly? I don't know. But I can't say that. Miss Needle, if you're attempting to bury Dr. Hurt's truth, I will gladly hear her confession. I will gladly hear her confession myself on behalf of the Goddess of Justice. Well, Dr. Hurt seems to be telling Judge Gavelle something in private. What? I see. Very well, allow me to relay on to everyone what you have just told me. Ain't no doubt about what I said. I dedicated my findings to Florence just like I told you I did. The fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down wrong or something. Wow, that was a great impression. Yes, but was it really necessary? So in summary,
Of course it was. It was funny.
So in summary, there was an error in the report, and it was all because of you, Nurse Needler.
Oops.
The true facts have now been shown to be that the head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Miss Needler, is why did you introduce such an error?
Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. Whereas it seems to me she made a little mistake. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're practically the same word, don't you think?
Except that means two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it. But why would she want to change it? Exactly, thanks, ouch! You won't get away that easy. Explain yourself, young lady. But Grandma, You submitted a falsified report, an act that led to Kay being accused of murder. You asked an explanation. I can't tell you. No, not don't want to, but can't.
This is a really rather unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this poor, considerate girl who's only looking after her grandmother. She has nothing to do with anything. She simply made it one tiny mistake. So why not leave it there?
You like that, wouldn't you? Where's Rocky in the squeaky marshmallow comment? Because the only person her testimony would hurt is you.
What on earth do you mean, my boy? Seeing as you're now a de facto ex-prosecutor, you're going to need to explain yourself better than that.
I'd be happy to. I even spell it out for you.
So if he was a regular prosecutor, that he'd understand. Okay, that makes sense.
Nurse Needler's role in this crime was very important because
she's the real victim. Co-conspirator?
yes.
I almost say conspirator.
Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover for her accomplice. Ouch!
Oh, ho, ho, ho! And so she's a co-conspirator. This innocent young thing. Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy.
The murder couldn't have been committed by one person working on their own. Without at least two people, it wouldn't have been possible to... Oh, well... Maintain attendee numbers? If the auctioneer was the murderer, and the victim was one of the attendees, the fact that the witness testified to there being 11 attendees even after the murder doesn't make sense. Hey, watch it! Y'all gotta call me good word into question now, too?
Always.
That's not what I meant. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word, which means there must be a co-conspirator.
I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just have to accept that you were wrong.
I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an accomplice. But as soon as we do, things start to fall into place. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would indeed have been 11 attendees both before and after the murder.
Well, well. So that's what you're thinking. So that's your thinking, is it? It's certainly an intriguing theory. But surely the imposter would have been spotted right away.
I don't imagine what Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. With the help of a mask, she could very easily have replaced Miss Ringer without anybody noticing. Well, Nurse Needler, is that what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction? I wouldn't do something like... Now tell us, the ringleader. Who were they? I can't tell you, I just can't. It hurt Grandma too. Ow! Grandma? Don't you worry about me, I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. But... Grandma! What the fuck? So I was right. She was an accomplice. Miss Needler, why? Well, Miss Needler, can you explain yourself? Oh, alright, I got the freaking hair back. Alright, never mind, I thought it was going to stay like that now. Yes. Oh, thank you, Grandma, but I'm alright now.
I just want to know how she is able to, fix that bun back up that fast.
Don't question it, it's Grandma. I confess it, I changed places with Miss Ringer. So you admit that you were working with the ringleader? Yeah, I was helping them. I don't know how, but they found out Miss Ringer was going to attack them. The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim. They seemed pretty sure it was going to happen that night, so they made a counter plan. They wanted to strike first, and they wanted me to help them. I was told to go to the storeroom before the auction began and wait there.
Now hold it right there, Missy. I ain't seen nothing, and my eyes don't lie. If you'd been there from there before the auction, I would have bumped right into you. I was there the whole way through, and you weren't there for a bit of it.
But I'm not lying.
Well, that's easy for you to say, but you were lying about altering the reports only a few minutes ago.
I think we're all aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom.
Are we? Where exactly did you try to say a friend the nurse was hiding,
Nurse Needler hid here while she was waiting in the storeroom.
The box.
The box?
No, that's yours.
Rose, isn't this yours?
I can't afford chains.
And you probably put him there in your sleep. He was just sleeping
She
and
hid inside
she just
this
comes
closed
along
box.
and just chains it shut.
Oh, she did, didn't she?
Huh? Well, it was there the whole time, even before I moseyed on in. But like I done told y'all, if I had all of them chains around it, wanted to hide there myself, really. But it was locked up tight, so I had to go elsewhere.
I imagine that's because Nurse Needler was already lying in there by the time you arrived. That's right, we didn't want anybody to open it or it would have blown our cover. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains. I think they took the elevator downstairs not so long after. It was just before the auction was due to start. So the auction was beginning. You and Miss Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom. Yeah, I think so. The auction proceeded as it always did, until a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That was when the incident occurred. Miss Hart overheard the victim and the culprit exchanging words around them.
You betcha. I was behind that statue there, shaking like a dang leaf the whole time.
In the middle of their quarrel, Miss Ringer was killed by the auctioneer. I imagine that the auctioneer then carried Miss Ringer's body over to the clothes box, from which Nurse Needler emerged and swapped places with the victim. After placing the Miss Ringer's body inside the box, Nurse Needler's role was to pretend to be Miss Ringer. And the two of them then returned to the room below as if nothing happened. Does that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Miss Needler? Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened.
So you just walked right back in and nobody noticed? This is two completely different people we're talking about. You're telling me not one of the other folks looked down there and auctioned cottonwood?
Why would they? The other auction goers had no reason to notice the difference when Nurse Needler entered because she had the clothes.
Stolen the clothes.
As we've seen, Miss Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. What's more, the auction rules required attendees to wear their mask at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Miss Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser. No, and they weren't. I borrowed Miss Ringer's clothes and ouch! And I left the poor child in her smalls. Have you no respect, girl?
Well, she's already dead.
And no, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It wouldn't be nice to leave her like that. So when the ringling was looking, I put the raincoat on her. So that's how Miss Ringer came to be wearing it. Thus, the auction was able to carry on as before.
Yes, the part where I got caught, the red coat on film came just after. Yeah, it must be. And all that makes sense. Right after that, when I got up on over and looked downstairs through the gap in the elevator. Well, I mean, 11 happy little auction goers, then back I snuck in my little hidey hole.
Don't tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after that.
Well, that is not exactly.
Well, what is it? Did something happen?
So maybe I ought to mention this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out. Unconscious, you might say.
What? What happened?
Oh, nothing much. Kind of silly, really, but it was a sudden loud noise, and it startled me a little bit, you know. All right, maybe more than a little, but I just witnessed a murder. Can't blame a girl for getting jummy. Guess I got my heart shook and my head faint. Before I knew it, I was out like a light. By the time I came to, it was the next dang day, and there you all were clanking down that ladder.
I see. So you were startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious? I suppose that means you don't know what happened after that.
Not per se, but well, after the auction was over, all the masks were back on the rack. So I reckon the guests done finished up and filed out one by one, like they were supposed to.
Nurse Needler, once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing? I was just pretending to be Miss Ringer and placing bids, just as a ringleader wanted. I had to win the clothes box as I'd been instructed. It had the dead body inside after all. Imagine if somebody else had won it, and we would have been in the real trouble then. So you had no idea that the victim had vacated the box in the meantime? No, not until we came back so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed. The ringleader told me to go look for her right away. Except I found some other girl collapsed at the foot of the ladder instead. Okay. Yes, so she must have fallen from the top of the roof and been knocked unconscious.
Guess the victim must have left the hatch wide open, huh?
That would explain it. Kay would have been so shocked by seeing Miss Ringer fall motionless right in front of her. That she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor.
Yeah, I suppose. Can't believe something like that done knocked me out for so long, though.
So in summary, by the time Miss Needler found Kay, you were already sound asleep behind a statue. I think we got a good grasp of what occurred up to this point. Nurse Needler, if you would continue. Sure, so I found Kay, and next I found Miss Ringer, and I put them both in the clothes box. We couldn't risk any of the auction goers seeing them. That would have caused a real hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
Was that your idea, or the ringleader's? Theirs. But putting the raincoat on Miss Ringer was my own idea. So I tried to get rid of it before they found out what I'd done. I imagine they were none too pleased when it showed up as a surprise piece of evidence in this case. And lastly, the ringleader and I put her in the auctioneer's outfit we prepared. Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think they were just... oh my god, think she was the auctioneer. All in all, the auction's finished up without anybody noticing anything. And that was that. Now that we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler, if you have anything further to share, I advise you to do so immediately. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm sorry, that's all I know. Oh, except for one thing, it did seem a little strange, I guess. When I was borrowing Miss Ringer's clothes, I took everything but I couldn't take her hair, obviously, so ouch! You dang right you couldn't take her hair. What kind of medical professional are you? That's where you draw the line. So taking her clothes was okay. Our hair was totally different. The style, the length, everything. I kind of panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them, in fact. There was a straight one and a wavy one. They were both stashed in the clothes box. 2 wigs? But why? Right? I wanted that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her hairstyle. Anyway, I took a straight one. That was the one that matched her hair on that day. Leaving a wavy wig in the box. And that's everything you know? There's nothing else you're forgetting? No. Huh? No, really, Grandma, that's everything. And I take it that you really have no idea who the ringleader might be. Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their mask on. And they were pretty careful to keep their identity a secret from everyone.
Surely you'd be able to tell if it was a man or a woman.
If I can't get something concrete on them.
Well, Tails, are we done here? You've ruined us what's part of the murder plot, but sadly for you, it doesn't change a whole lot.
Actually, it kind of fucking does, moron.
Because it does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't the ringleader. And justice must prevail. We can't change the law, even for your sake. And there goes more evidence.
Here goes more evidence.
Am I not going to be able to save Kay?
Objection!
Oh, thank God, where are you? Franziska, what are you doing here?
Deus Ex Machina.
As I told you before, Mars Edgeworth, where the case leads, I'll follow. Your dedication is an inspiration to us all. But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you.
Is it Edgeworth
For
older than
abandoning the way of
Francesca?
the prosecutor. Yeah.
How is he the
understand
little
that.
brother?
You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Friday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Detective Gumshoe did that? Perhaps
You seem quite OP off screen, sir.
prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Ringer's head wound was the first of the injuries she suffered, not the second.
Damn it, Francesca.
Well, someone say something. Yes, there's no easy way to say this, Francisca, but we've already proved that ourselves. You... what? Yeah, it's
We'll get
just
the
a few
sound
seconds
effect later.
Well, why didn't you say so sooner? You didn't exactly give us a chance. And I suppose you know about the murder weapon too. No, not yet. Ha, good. Then listen up. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface, and the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. A circular surface?
Objection. And you're certain of that, I assume? Your sources are above board.
Above board, I think. Oh, fuck. Yeah, above board.
Above board, yeah.
Two trusted medical professionals reached the same conclusion independently. You couldn't ask for more.
Objection. That's certainly good to know. Unfortunately, you overstepping the bounds of...
Of what? I'm a prosecutor in charge of the Interpol's investigation into the underground auction. And this murder occurred during that auction. It would be negligent of me not to pursue leads in pertaining to related parties, especially the victim.
My. You've really become quite the force to be reckoned with, haven't you, my dear?
Dude's about to fucking learn a lesson here.
Then all parties are in agreement. The victim died from the blow to the head. Sadly, the murder weapon itself has yet to be identified.
A gavel.
Based on the shape, I might have an idea or two.
But guys, I didn't turn up any other weapons during my investigation.
Well, that's because you're shit.
That's because his name is literally useless.
And yet, one need only think about the setting and an auctioneer's tools, and the answer should be obvious. An object with a circular surface used in an auction. We're obviously talking about a judge's hammer.
Now where that dang old hammer I want put?
What would an auctioneer have readily at hand? An auctioneer's hammer, of course.
But we never found one of those.
If the auctioneer's was indeed a killer, it does seem a likely candidate for the murder weapon. But without the evidence to support your theory, it remains nothing more than that. Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. This piece of evidence strongly suggests that the auctioneer's hammer was the murder weapon. That would be... Wait, hold on.
I guess the candelabra because it didn't have any blood on the bottom of it.
Round.
Because of her statement, right?
Auctioneer's hammer.
Yeah, the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard.
Take that!
Miss Hart told us something very important about the auction after the murder occurred. She said that the very prominent sound of an auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. Now, why would that be? I'll tell you why. Because it had just been used in the murder, and it was covered in the victim's blood. It would need to be disposed of. Isn't that right? Chairman Winner.
This is a nice flame.
I have our people look into this right away.
Oh, you really are like a dog with a bone, aren't you, dear boy? But if you can't dictate yourself to a cause when you're young, when can you,
He seems very confident we'll never find it.
It's at home under the mattress.
Very well. I search for the murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court is in recess. Oh, what shit. Well, guess we can take a break.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, we're going to take a break for a moment. I'm going to get a snack because I'm hungry. I'm on drink. I'm good on drink. Anyway, be back soon in about 10 minutes or so. Alrighty. We are back. I think Rose is back.
No, not.
Well, at least we have the useless idiot.
Rose, would you like a spot of tea?
Tea sounds delightful.
One Brit has a fake British accent.
Look at that one on the left, Rose. Like the second seat left.
You mean the one with the bowl cut?
Looks like a kid. Silence in the courtroom, please. Miss Von Karma, if you would be so kind as to update us on the progress of the search. It's not good news, I'm afraid. The entire big building has been searched from top to bottom, and no auctioneer's hammer was found anywhere. Arrgh! That is bad news indeed. Then we have no choice but to move ahead with the verdict.
Ah, such a terrible shame.
I can't go anymore.
But I suppose only a fool would have left the murder weapon behind. It's certainly not what I'd expect from a first-rate criminal mind.
No, that's not enough to work with here. I can't carry us any further on my own.
Yes, it is really a tragedy, but such is life, I suppose. I was just thinking back over the defendants I have made plea deals with over the years. People who pour their hearts out to me, who trusted me with every detail of their crime. And then, when it came to the sentencing, I recommended life in prison every time. For every single one. Oh, if only you could have seen them. The stupid, dumbfounded looks on their faces.
The verdict will now be passed. All present will accept the goddess's words as law. There's nothing more I can do. Kay and I are both. If only we had some proof. I never imagined I would be passing judgment on you under such circumstances. The end of the road, huh? By the power vested in me, Excellence winner, this court hereby indicts you for your crimes. What the fuck?
Huh? What on earth's gotten into you, Verity?
I submit the. Oh my god, she looks weird in that on that freaking end. I'm so used to her on the right side, and her looking at the right now. It looks weird. I submit the court's this consideration of the case of a certain indictment incident, namely the IS-7 incident, a murder that took place 18 years ago. Not this again. But what does that file have to do with it? Do with? Wait, you mean your late night visit to this chamber? That was to precisely. I came here to retrieve these documents. Though sadly, it would seem that I arrived too early to catch the auction itself. When we spoke of the matter before, I implied that I had to come retrieve files pertaining to your own case. You have to forgive me. That was a ruse to buy myself more time.
What the heck are you doing, Gaval? You can't just accuse my dad without proper grounds. It's defamation.
And that's
So is the idiot willing to accuse anybody else?
An excellent observation, Eustace.
It is?
And of course, I have the grounds to make such an accusation. 18 years ago, Mr. Manfred von Kammer had some details about the victim's body fabricated. Details he was forced to fabricate when a sculptor artist Frost's body was missing. My papa? Fabricating information? What is the meaning of this? Ian Seidman, the detective originally assigned to the case, did in fact report that the body had gone missing. However, it seems that a certain someone wasn't very pleased with Mr. von Kammer and deliberately withheld that information in order to bring him down a few pegs. What? What? This individual refuses to allow anyone to go against their wishes or to challenge their power. And they're known to go extreme lengths in order to bring those who defy them to heel. 18 years ago, they were no different. In fact, they even ordered Dr. Hurst to create a fake autopsy report for the IS-7 incident. What? She was responsible for the fake report? But wait, you have to understand, Grandma, she's not a bad person. She had to do what she said. She didn't have any choice.
What he?
He? The person in question was Chief Prosecutor at the time. Oh, gee, I wonder who the silhouette is. The Chief Prosecutor 18 years ago. The man who gave Papa the first penalty of his career. Oh, it was Frank. Oh, never mind.
It was that boy! That boy in his damn dog!
No, Rose.
Guilty!
Rose, he's but a baby at this point.
A child with a small kid with big plans.
It was you.
Objection!
It was the dog's idea all
What
along.
are you talking about? My dad would never do something like that.
I'm sorry, Eustace, but your opinion on the matter is not needed here. Well, Chairman Winner, this is episode fucking 4. Well, Chairman Winner, do you have anything to say for yourself? You think this
All
is...
that nonsense with the body? That was Manfred's doing. Such a willful boy.
You think this would just be going on episode 5 right now, not like episode 4, an episode before the damn thing?
And the fake autopsy report? Hilda, how could you? I can't believe you naughty kids would do such dishonest things behind my back.
Hold it!
Yeah, okay. I'm like 4 your fucking back.
We could just ask her why she did it. She is standing right over there after all. Wait, Grandma, can't she? Ouch! Grandma, I'm sorry, I knew, that's why Right, exactly. If I didn't, everybody would have found out about what you did. They said she was going to charge you if you don't help them with their plan. They said he would. That he would. I just had to do what the auctioneer said. Oh well. So you work at coerced into it, were you, Nurse Needler? And just to be clear, the auctioneer was Chairman Winner. I'm sorry, but I honestly don't know. The person forcing me to help them was the auctioneer. And they definitely look to be about the same build as the chairman, but I never saw their face. What about his big ass hair? They're wearing a mask, not a fucking
And his
hood.
fucking voice. And
No,
the goggles
no,
should be a fucking
they had a
dead
voice
giveaway.
changer. They had a voice changer.
The goggles, though.
He's wearing a mask.
He's always fucking
He's wearing a mask.
crying. He's always crying.
He's wearing a mask.
And has nothing to do with the, like, waterfall of tears always coming out of his face.
Rose, tell her.
Mask has voice changes.
Okay.
Well, there must be something. Any detail, no matter how small, will do. Oh, wait. The mask didn't cover their whole face. And the part that wasn't covered had a tattoo on it. I remember that much for sure. A tattoo.
Objection.
This all sounds very dramatic, but I really don't know what you're talking about. There's no tattoo anywhere on my face, and I think I know if there was one, wouldn't you?
No.
Which means I can't be the real Lingo, no matter how much you might want me to be. I only hope that you can figure out who this shameless manipulator might be.
Your contempt of for this courtroom is an insult an insult to the goddess. Are you sure it's not you who's feeling insulted here? I'm not the only one who has been trying to bring you to justice. Miss Ringer has been trying too. And I refuse to let her sacrifice be in vain.
Young Rosie was looking to take me down, you say? But why? I barely knew her. I've always had a certain magnetic charm, but I do remember ever catching that particular eye.
You barely knew the victim? Why do I believe that is a new statement. The goddess demands that you offer your full testimony on the record.
So that's how it's going to go, hmm? You mean to hold me until I finally break? Well, if that's the way you want to play it, fine. I'll destroy you all! Come on! Every last one of you!
Ding, 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 ding. Yes, master. Why not?
He's just gonna lose every one of his fucking badges.
Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to work with you on this one. I doubt we'll get another chance to put him on the stand. So let's make the most of this opportunity. Of course, Your Honor. I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, Chairman Winner, you will tell this court everything you know about Miss Ringer. Oh, it's funny.
Oh, looking at Twitter.
Oh.
Young Rosie was a member of the committee, of course. But we never really had any personal interactions. At least none that I remember. I had no motive to murder that poor girl whatsoever. And I have absolutely no idea why she was after me.
Oh, Rose, did you see that video I sent in the group?
Which one?
How I look at my mum when she says, "Be careful, there are racists online."
Oh.
Give her one. So you don't mean to accept your part in any of this?
Of course he doesn't. He isn't guilty. How could he be? He's my dad, the winner of winners.
That's very kind of you, Eustace, but you'll need more than mere words if you plan to cover for me.
Right, you've got it. I won't let them pin this on you.
Somehow he's gonna get pinned on and he's gonna get arrested for no reason, man.
I believe in you, Dad. You'll beat Edgeworth. I know you will.
Can we just throw this guy in jail as well?
Yes, you really are such a sweet, Simple child.
He really loves his dad, huh? But that's no excuse for him to ignore his father's crimes. No matter how much he respects him. Yeah, well, your father was a criminal for... you know, forget it. Regardless of their station in life, all criminals will be made to atone for their sins in time. This won't be easy on Mr. Winner. It has to be done. We can't let his father get away with this.
Hold it!
So you're saying you barely knew the victim at all? Oh shit, he's gone somewhere. That's exactly worse. Oh.
Dog came room.
That's exactly what I was saying, my boy. Yes. Why? I never even knew about that burn mark on her hand.
You didn't?
I mean, what's the point? You get to know someone, but before you know it, they're gone. It's become such a pain to remember things about others. There's only one way. They're here one day
That's
and gone the
awfully
next.
specific.
Yeah, it's because they dared to stand up to you and you made them disappear. If you could please add your remark about the victim's burn to your testimony, Chairman Winner. Okay. I don't even know there about the burn mark on her hair.
But that's very specific.
Fuck! Wait, wrong one. Okay, in fact, let's get more information out of this one, actually. You sure you didn't know about the burn mark? You really don't let up, do you? I'm not in the habit of memorizing who has a scar on their hand and who doesn't. But this wasn't just any old scar. I'd say it's pretty noticeable, in fact. Perhaps under normal circumstances. But now that I think about it, Miss Ringer did always wear gloves. Truth be told, I wasn't aware of the burn mark until after the incident myself. The victim's hands were always covered by a pair of gloves. It makes sense, of course. People can be very self-conscious about such things. I can only sympathize, being something of a sensitive soul myself. I hope you're not too sensitive to append that your statement to your testimony. Although I suppose she was always wearing gloves, but not to burn. Oh yeah. All right, now we can go for this. So, Miss Ringer always wore gloves? If she did, that raises a rather important question and highlights quite a contradiction.
A contradiction, you say? Really?
If we listen again to the conversation that was captured by this stuffed cow, you'll soon see what I mean. And I knew it was you, and the moment I laid eyes on you. Oh, do you know what? Fuck it. It's probably this guy, so you might as well do it.
I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me.
I mean, if I would have put a voice over it, like...
Yeah, give it a... yeah. Have it on auto-tune.
Nothing to say for yourself? I waited so long for this day, and now I'll finally have my revenge.
We can be reasonably certain that for what we just heard is the moment the victim was attacked. I knew it was you from the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. We assume that those were the words of the killer.
And where's the problem in that? It seems like a perfectly sensible assumption to me.
I'm afraid not, Chairman Winner. But you see, if the victim was always wearing gloves, as you just testified, then the burn mark on her hand should not have been visible to her killer.
Objection.
You speak as if gloves can't easily be removed. You could have taken them off during the auction.
That's... But she hadn't. She was still wearing them when I changed places with her. So they must have been... Oh my god. So they must have been on her hands when she was being murdered too.
What are you saying, my dear? You do know how much trouble you're in, don't you?
I'm not scared of you anymore. I have Grandma on my side now. Now it's time for you to pay the piper, Winner, you dang devil.
I see. So you're both looking to disappear too. That can be arranged.
Not this time, oh my god, Excelsius Winner. The only person disappearing will be you.
Objection.
Dang! You can't talk to my dad like that. Who cares if the burn was covered up? Why does that even matter?
Objection.
Oh, it matters. Because it turns out our understanding of the burn mark on his head.
What do you mean? What kind of facts that the victim's burn mark was covered up possibly tell us?
The murderer had a burn mark. Right? Yeah.
I am.
Think about it like this, Mr. Winner. The victim was wearing gloves. Therefore, the burn mark on her hand would not have been visible. In which case, whose burn mark was it that was being referenced in the recording?
Somebody who wasn't the victim?
Precisely. Which can only mean that the victim had a prominent burn mark
He
too.
figured it out like a big boy.
Or to put it another way, I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Those words were spoken not by the murderer, but by the victim.
Dun, dun, dun.
Objection.
Eustace, my boy. Would you mind stepping aside for a second? Look, Miles, it's been nice seeing you having your fun with your little flights of fancy, but let's get serious. So the murderer had a burn mark now? Really? Where? Your little theory will either take flight or die, depending on your answer here, I'm afraid.
He's not messing around. I have to figure out that burn mark was... and fast. I wonder where it could have been. All of the auction people were wearing disguises, right? Yes, and each disguise was different. Yeah, in spite of that, the burn mark was visible to the victim somehow, which makes...
Well, shall we? Enlighten us. Why don't you? Where was the murderer's burn mark? I assume you have some evidence. My badge.
Not really my badge.
But a badge nonetheless.
It was the mask.
No, not that one.
Not that one. But remember, the lower part of one of the masks was not covered.
No. Where was the murderer's burn mark? I assume you have some evidence. Like gloves, and also had a tattoo about them. Hold on.
Oh, wait. Go back to the close. So last sentence. also had a tattoo on the part of their face the mask didn't cover.
Here is my evidence. The outfit the ringleader was wearing throughout the auction. Or rather, the outfit you were wearing, Chairman Winner.
Oh, and that's exactly what exactly is that supposed to tell us?
A suit, white gloves, and a mask. This disguise should have covered almost all of your skin, but according to Nurse Needler's testimony, the auctioneer's mask didn't quite cover your entire face. And not only that, she claims to have seen a tattoo on the part where that was exposed. But was it a tattoo, or did she simply mistake a burn mark for one?
A burn mark on the face?
Objection. Sorry to interrupt you while you're so clearly enjoying yourself, dear boy. But I regret to inform you that none of the committee members have such a burn. Myself included, of course.
But Dad, I mean...
Eustace? Do you think you could be quiet, please? You can be foolish in your own time later.
You can be stupid later.
Well, you may be anomalous most of the time, Mr. Winner, but on this particular occasion, I'm grateful for your presence. A reaction like that from you, his son, is as good as an indicator of the truth I could have hoped for. And it gives me a much needed confidence boost concerning about another theory of mine. Namely, who that one unexplained item belongs to. What's the matter with Mr. Winner? I think he might be in shock. After all, he's usually the last to figure things out. But in this case, it seems he's gone all there all too quickly. He knows his father is indeed the real murderer. He's sad because he knows the truth. So it's better not to know the truth at all. Okay, it's what we came here for. It doesn't matter how we get there. The important thing is finding the truth. You yourself told me that once, right when I needed to hear it the most. And now it's time for me to repay the favor and show you the truth of your innocence. I want to know too, the truth of what really happened. So please, Mr. Edgeworth, will you show me? I was very much intend to.
Oh, you don't know when to get it up, do you? Well, get a load of this. So where's the burn then? Perhaps you could point it out to me. But you can't, can you? Because it's nowhere to be found. Just like your evidence that I'm the killer.
Yeah, hunt for contradictions all you like. You won't find any. Because he's my dad. A winner through and through.
Yeah. He's
I
gonna win a
understand,
one-way
Mr. Winner. I
ticket to
completely
jail now.
understand why you don't want to believe it's true. But if you ignore the truth now, you'll regret it for as long as you live.
Dad, what do I do?
Time to make your own fucking choices, dumbass.
I just don't understand it. How could I have raised such an utter buffoon? If you really
you
wish to help
named
your
him
father
useless.
use this,
That could be step one.
you could try thinking on your own for once in your life, you useless negment!
But I try all the time, Dad. All I do is try. I went to the school you wanted me to go. I aced every test.
Because
Look
he
at my
probably
jacket.
paid for it.
They only give these to the valedictorians. I did everything he told me to. I worked like crazy and graduated top of my class.
Probably because he bought your grades.
I tried to be just like you and win as many trophies as I could.
Objection! There goes your graduation papers! You
Probably.
really are just a simpering simpleton, aren't you?
Poor man.
Oh,
Those tests you aced?
Yeah.
I had the school give you perfect scores on all of them. Those debates and speech competitions you won?
Got
The
it.
judges were all friends of mine. If you never even realized that much, there's no hope for you, I'm afraid. None at all. You're no son of mine, even if you must see that.
Ow.
no, he's gone.
Aw, baby quiet now.
Oh, my own son. They all leave in the end. Most unorthodox. Most unorthodox. Even I was. Even if he was trying, he was failing. And if he did it all for me, then he should have tried harder.
You're a disgrace. You don't deserve to be a father. And you certainly don't deserve to be a chairman of this committee. Even I feel sorry for the boy now. Poor Mr. Willen.
He's a fucking moron.
Ooh. Explain yourself, Chairman Winner. Just what do you think your son is to treat him in such a way?
An utterly useless pawn sounds about right. But you'll want to talk Verity. You tried to worm your way into my trust by using Eustace too.
I cannot deny it. However, I have never thought of him as a mere pawn. He may not be a naturally gifted prosecutor, but he tries. In some ways, he tries harder than anybody. That's why I have witnessed. That's why I have witnessed during my time with him. Yet you would call him useless? How could you?
I said his name's Eustace. Eustace. Because he is Verity, my girl. He is utterly incapable of doing anything I ask of him.
Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering to the goddess to you, so that you may use it to call her final judgment onto Excelsius Winner. Thank you, Your Honor. I've been more than ready to do so.
Ready to lock his ass up.
If the ringleader had been the visible burn mark on their face that night, it would follow that Chairman Winner is currently hiding that mark somehow. How exactly was he dressed during the auction? That will be the key to solving this case at last. Now then, your answer please. Which piece of evidence will help us to reveal the burn mark on the culprit's face? Well,
Too bad you couldn't
that
pick a
would be...
razor.
Let's look at Nurse Needler's statement quickly. Ringleader prepared wigs in order to enable their accomplice to disguise herself as Miss Ringer. One wig was straight and the other wavy. Ringer's hair was straight, so wavy not used, and the wavy is gone. Who looks like he has sort of wavy hair? Well, Rose, I have to head out, Vani. I hope you have a splendid the rest of your trip. Oh, thank you, Vess. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
And have a good time out. Hi, cool gamer. Anyway, right, evidence. So yeah.
Take that!
Recall Nurse Needler's testimony, if you will. There was one thing we never quite resolved. Just got back from Sakura Con here in town. Sakura.
Nice.
Oh, cool. The second wig. The one that was used. I seem to remember it being wavy. What are you two talking about? Nurse Needler apparently found some interesting items when she went to swap places with the victim. Or the Cherry Blossom Fest. Okay. And what do we have to do with the burn mark? What she found here were 2 wigs. One was intended to make her look more like the victim. But what was the other one for? I don't suppose it's meant to be a spare. It doesn't take a huge leap of imagination to see the truth. Compare Chairman Winner's current appearance to that one of the ringleaders as it was described to us.
Stop it! Stop staring at me!
One very
dude. Pull a
prominent
little
difference
harder.
between... What?
I said, come on, man. Pull on that supposed beard a little harder.
One very prominent difference presents itself. His face, or rather, what's around it. You mean... It wasn't a wig after all? Indeed, not a wig intended to go on the top of the head in any case. It was a fake beard all along, wasn't it, Excelsius Winner?
I knew that was gonna happen.
This? Why, this is my own, dear boy. How very kind of you to suggest otherwise.
It's a very mainly man beard. All of the testosterone in Winner's body was removed to grow his beard. We saw how your son reacted when he realized the truth. Now he desperately tried to cover for you, even in light of his realization. Yet he still feared that he might expose you. So rather than take that risk, you bullied him until he couldn't take it anymore. Because he knew that your beard hides a prominent burn mark. Chairman Winner, I insist that you remove your beard this instant. Oh my word.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh my goodness.
Not so much of a winner now, is he?
Hey Rose.
Hmm?
He didn't just take his beard off.
He burned it.
He took his whole hair out. He became Anakin Skywalker.
I hate you!
There it is! The burn mark! Mr. Edgeworth, for bringing evil to justice before the eyes of the goddess, you have my thanks. No, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Excelsius Winner, in the name of the goddess, I hereby pronounce my verdict. Bonk him on the head. In the matter of the
Bash his
murder
brains
of Miss
into it.
Rosie Ringer, this court finds you guilty.
No confetti.
No confetti. Nightly is still up there for one of my favorites. It's so ridiculous. Wait, who? Oh, Nightly. All right, yeah. Mr. Edgeworth, I can't thank you enough. You never gave up on me, even when I gave up on you myself. That was very kind of you. There's no need to thank me. As a prosecutor, I forge evidence. No, as a friend, it was the least I could do. Mr. Edgeworth, rejoice. I've learned that Chairman Winner has been safely delivered to the detention center. Why safely? Might as well fucking have a rocky ride over there. And the search of the missing auction hammer continues, however. We are talking about Chairman Winner here, so it's highly likely that it has already been destroyed. In addition, there is one other matter I must inform you of. The chairman made a rather strange statement. According to him, the letters were not part of his plan. What? How could that be? He claims he and Miss Needler found this letter on Miss Ringer's person. And that they then found a second letter on Kay's unconscious body. From their contents, the letters seem to be one to be one of correspondence. So he leapt to the conclusion that they must have been working with each other. That's quite the conclusion to jump to. As he reads the letters, that's when he came up with the idea to frame Miss Friday for Miss Ringer's murder. So he decided to place the victims in a very conspicuous place. Conspicuous place.
Conspicuous.
Namely, in her left chest pocket. Sounds to me like he was trying to make excuses for himself. Yes, I certainly thought the same. Perhaps it was some sort of last-ditch ploy on his part. But it matters not. He will answer to the goddess now. And under her scrutiny, such strategies cannot hope to succeed. He will not escape justice. And with that, one of the duties with which I have been entrusted with is complete at last. Oh, Judge Gavelle. Before you go, can you tell us what you know? Honestly, he is lucky that she developed amnesia, or else this whole letter plan would have never landed Kay as a suspect. About how Chairman Winner came to murder Miss Ringer? There's more there, isn't there? Yes, I suppose you have earned the right to the whole truth. Miss Ringer once had a lover, a press photographer. He was investigating the underground auctions as a freelance journalist. But before he could uncover the truth behind the auctions, he was disappeared. All Miss Ringer was left with oh my god. All Miss Ringer was left with were the memories and personal effects of her lover. And so, seeking revenge on Chairman Winner, she made her appearance at the auction. Unfortunately for her, her opponent struck first. Let's see. So that's the story behind this case. Well, the goddess does not condone acts of wanton vengeance. Miss Ringer's actions have exposed Chairman Winner's crimes at last. So that was your real goal. You were tasked with exposing Excelsius Winner and the corruption at the heart of the committee. Does anyone know what happened to Mr. Winner? I'm afraid I haven't been able to get in touch with him. Do you have any idea why? Probably because I wasn't there for him just now when he needed me most. Oh, I feel really bad for him. Well, don't pity him too much. At least he knows the truth now. And no matter how much...
It would have been funnier if before he ran, he was like, well, your beard's fake! And just runs off crying.
Well...
Your Jordans are fake!
Your Yeezys are fake.
Like, he just exposes his father and runs like a little sissy bitch.
And no matter how hard it might be, he'll need to learn to accept it. If he can't, he'll never be able to move on with his life. Trust me. My father's influence isn't easily erased. And in time he can hopefully try and change his ways. You're right. You've got to be. Can I change too? I wonder, can I move on with my life? Are you okay, Kay? How's the head heat feeling? I'm fine, thank you. I'm so sorry, Kay. You were my patient. I had a responsibility to you, and instead I let them accuse you of. Ouch! That ain't right. You ain't just in the business of fixing bodies, Missy. That's mine's where it all begins. You're right, Grandma. Speaking of which, how's your memory? It's like, with a little more time, maybe I'll be able to remember some more.
Have Grandma just smack you in the head. Sure, they'll work.
Please forgive me, but I had better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit. The Bronco Knight case, huh? Who's the defense attorney? It was supposed to be Miss Ringer, but as she is no longer with us, we're still in the process of finding her replacement. Miss Ringer was scheduled to represent Warden Lagarde. Oh, and of course, until we find Eustace, there is nobody to act for the prosecution either. In any case, I must take my leave. Ah, wait, please. What about Mr. Edgeworth's badge? What's going to happen to it now? Well, its chairman's under arrest. The community's activities have been suspended for the time being. So to answer your question, it's complicated. It's all up to the goddess now. But... Don't worry about it, Kay. It's a consequence of my own making. And I assume you do not mean to change your mind? Of course not. I chose the path of the truth. And I choose it willingly. With Chairman Winner out of the picture, justice is in the hands of the righteous once more. If you did wish to follow the path of the prosecutor again, Mr. Edgeworth, I would be more than happy to facilitate such a decision. I can't say decision correctly half the time. It's very kind of you to offer, but I cannot accept your help at this time. I can't ask for my badge back when I'm not even sure if I want it anymore. I see. It seems we are destined to continue on different paths then. Well, I trust you to keep my badge safe until they converge it again. With all I have. In the meantime, I have here a token of the goddess' mercy. You may return this notebook to its rightful owner. Kay's promise book? Notebook? It seems it was due to be sold in the auction, with the name Kay written on its cover. Chairman Winner made the connection immediately and knew who it belonged to. It was the same name as the one in the letters, after all. The letters he claimed to know nothing about. Also, what the fuck is this choice? Find the truth or become a prosecutor? That's proof your justice system is screwed beyond repair. I suppose he insisted he didn't prepare them. Yes, he also had something else to say. Apparently he thought Miss Friday was after her notebook and that Miss Ringer was after his life. And that their respective goals are what led them to cooperate and infiltrate the auction together. Unfortunately for him, he misread the situation completely. It all just happenstance. If Kay had known a defense attorney who was also a member of the committee, there's no way she wouldn't have told me. That just doesn't like her. Your belief in her is touching. While the notebook did become the Chairman Winner's cover-up scheme, it is also a treasured possession of Miss Friday's, which is why I would like for her to have it back, as I am sure would be with the goddess. Thank you. I pray that it helps her to recover her lost memories. Is everything alright? Judge Gavel wanted me to return something important to you. Oh. Isn't that...
Your smash invite.
It's kind of weird to see Edgeworth smile. Always greet people with a smile. Even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Daddy, I'll write them all down, Daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep all my promises and be a real hero when I grow up. Just like you. Oh, wait. I forgot to write one down. The most important promise of all. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. I remember just how you said it. And now I'll never forget it. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. That's right. I have to try. She looks like she's about to be possessed. Okay, Friday. The great... oh, okay. Seijin Yakarasu and the assistant to Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, is that really you?
No.
I already say I'm not a little bit embarrassed, but... yeah, I'm back, and I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Edgeworth. You never stopped helping me, even when I was totally lost and couldn't help remember anything. Oh, thank goodness, you certainly seem to be back. Okay, so this is the real you, huh? Welcome back. It's so good to know you're better. I can sleep easy now. Now that you found it, don't you dare go losing that memory of yours again, young lady. You hear? Miss Needler, Miss Dr. Hertz, thanks a lot for looking out after me. And if you really are better, how about you get out of them dang hospital duds? Oh yeah, I washed all your clothes for you.
Finally!
Yeah. I thought they were Detective Gumshoe. Oh, he handed them over to us after he came back from forensics. And did he happen to mention if forensics found anything of note? I didn't ask. Anyway, never mind that now. Put them on, Kay. I want to see. Wait, what about bandages? Surely it's too soon to remove them. Oh, it's probably fine. She may have taken a big old bump on the head, but she wasn't really hurt otherwise. But then, why all the bandages in the first place? Prevention is better than cure. Extinction time saves 9. Those are just a few of my mottos. Both of which sound like painfully annoying practices of your patients. Okay, Kay, transformation time. What, we can have an anime transformation thing? Oh, okay, never mind, I'm disappointed.
Oh, okay, just magically has the badge back, didn't give it to her or anything.
Wait, where was the key? Oh, do you not forget it? Now this is what I'm talking about. Fits like a stolen glove. That smile suits you better too, as it always did. Well, thanks to you too, Miss Von Karma. I'm so glad you showed up when you did. I simply came when Scruffy asked me to. I'm sure you'd be happy to see that you're back to your old self too. Speaking of Gummy, where is he? Oh, who knows? Perhaps the well of his devotion and ran dry when a certain someone threw away his badge. Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, I have to be going, and I'll be taking those two with me. Wait, what's going to happen to them? Acting as an accomplice in a murder and forging an autopsy report 18 years ago. Their crimes can't be allowed to go unpunished. But the fact that Excelsius winner coerced them into cooperating will, of course, be taken into account. Don't you worry about us, okay? As long as Grandma and me are together, we'll be alright. Take care, Kay Friday. Until we meet again.
I still want to know where Little Thief is.
So, Kay, I'm like a lotus to her.
Yeah, she's just kind of here.
I know you only just got your memory back, but I need you to ask some questions. Sure, ask away. What happened the day you lost your memory? What were you doing? I'm sorry, but your grandma isn't surviving prison long. Bro, she's 60. She'd be fine.
Grandma has a fucking cane. I'm pretty sure she's good.
Somebody asked me to meet them at Gourd Lake. Oh, not there again. But I don't know who it was. So there I was, just looking up at the moon when somebody in the red raincoat started walking toward me. He must have drugged me somehow, because that's when I fell unconscious. What? I'm not sure I'll follow. Kay was at Gourd Lake, looking up at the moon. Anyway, when I came to, I was on the roof of this building. I was in a daze and stumbling around up there when I saw the person in the red raincoat again, but they were lying on the ground. I was surprised. I stumbled backward. And then I was falling and everything went dark. When I came to the second time, I couldn't remember anything. The person in the red raincoat... Who in the world were they? I'm sure they were walking in midair. Oh, thinking about it is making my head hurt. Just breathe, Kay. You only just got your memory back. You're still confused. I imagine the root cause of your confusion is... You fell down...
Your memories of 2 different locations.
I imagine things are all mixed up in your mind because you were at Gold Lake one minute and then at a big building the next. And because you saw the moon in both locations, your mind blended your memories of the 2 together. Huh? But those are 2 different places. I know I was pretty out of it, but I don't think I could have gotten them confused that easily. I believe these things on the roof may have made you more likely to become confused. That would be... The stand, right?
Stand and the mirror.
There are 2 similarities between the scene down the Gore Lake and here on the big building. Cherry blossoms and food stands. Wait, you're right. Those similarities are what caused your memories of both places to overlap. The person in the red raincoat wasn't walking in midair. They were walking towards you from across the park. But in your blurry memory, the same sight played out over the viewing platform instead. No way. You still has a great face memory, huh? That's just cheating. Even still, this doesn't answer the question of who attacked Kay in the park. Was it the person in the red raincoat she saw? Do you hear that? It sounds like it's coming from up in the storeroom. Come on, let's go take a look.
Well, Howie, I smell a scoop on the offering.
You're still here?
Just noticed.
Where's Fender? It's coming from this little gadget here, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh, it's transceiver. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It's still going. I'm not good with technology. Come on, you have to pick up. Come on, you have to pick up. Fine, I'll do it. Hey, this is Edgeworth. Kay, if you could refrain from answering strange calls for me. Mr. Edgeworth, I presume. I know that voice. Oh, Shelly the Killer. Oh god, here we go again.
I forgot his voice. I forgot what
Remember,
voice I had
Zipper
from.
Face. So. It's Zipper. So I mean.
Well, he's like a butler, isn't he? So give him sort of a butler assassination,
Zipper Butler.
assassin type voice.
Miles Edgeworth, I presume.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Shelly the Killer.
Congratulations on another case solved. Yet, I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? I'm sure you noticed by now that there was a mastermind at work orchestrating the entire incident.
How do you even know about this case?
He was clearly involved, dumbass.
That's not what's important right now. Let's focus on the certain individuals for the time being, shall we?
I have indeed been wondering myself if somebody else could have been involved. If not, how will we explain the piece of evidence that proves so damning to Kay's case? No way, an evil mastermind? But how?
Oh, indeed. Perhaps you should share your thoughts. What is the evidence in the question that points to somebody else's involvement?
Oh, the victim... wait, the victim's letter? Yeah. The letter K supposedly wrote to the victim. Yeah, I don't remember ever writing that.
So who did? Who would prepare such a thing? I know I'm not the only one who would like to know.
And how do we know it wasn't you?
Now, why would I do a thing like that,
You're murder for hire.
I believe the truth can only fully come to light in the court of law. But since you've had your badge revoked, that's no longer an option. So how would it all end? I, for one, will be watching from the sidelines with interest.
Even knows about my badge?
Oh, and one last thing. I do hope you won't betray my trust.
Fucking Andy on the other side of the transceiver.
Andy just like
Shelly? Shelly,
casually tunes in.
Shelly! Shelly! Oh, he's been assassinated.
Rep.
Now I bid you farewell.
What the heck did he mean by the case hasn't been fully resolved? Brilliant end to the conversation. And why is he so interested in us anyway? Oh, everything's just one giant ball of mysteries. It seems we've only scratched the surface of this case. But even without my badge, I'm going to carry on doing what I can. However this ends, one thing's for certain. Come what may, I will expose the truth. Well then. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Well, guess we'll do this another time. When's your next day off, Rose?
Tomorrow?
How lucky! We get to carry on tomorrow.
Are you sure?
I mean, we got episode 5, Rose.
Are you sure?
I mean, we got episode 5, Rose.
Are you really sure?
But Rose, we got episode 5. Anyway.
Are you really, really sure?
Don't make me put you back in court. Anyway, I hope to see you all for tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the raid. And we see you all tomorrow for Turnabout for the Ages. Which I cannot wait to watch the start of the stream. That's if you show up. Bye-bye for now.